In more than a century, talks about aliens and creatures from far, far away have boggled our brains. The idea that we are not alone in the universe is alarming, but it becomes more alarming when you imagine that these extraterrestrial beings are already here. But perhaps, the greatest shock of all is the fact that the government seems to be working with these creatures while acting like they don't exist. But why are the aliens here? Who are they? And what is the government hiding? A shocking revelation by an investigative reporter about a decade ago revealed how an F-18 pilot had a remarkable encounter with one of the scariest UFOs ever. Initially we all thought it was just another alien mumbo-jumbo. Even government officials turned a blind eye to it, until more reports like these began to swarm social media. The highlight reel of it all was when the US Congress held a public hearing in July 2023. The hearings focused on aliens and UAPs, and the revelations that emerged left many speechless. The United States Congress held the hearing on Wednesday, July 26, 2023, to uncover the truth about UFOs and UAPs, as well as supposed alien spacecraft sightings that have been happening all over the United States in recent years. Several mind-blowing details and scary deep revelations were presented to the Congress by credible witnesses, men who had served the government to the best of their ability. The chilling revelations were proof that there's a lot more going on concerning aliens than we ever knew. What new mind-blowing details and revelations have surfaced about UFOs and aliens in our world today? You may ask. Well, before we dive in any further, subscribe and hit the like button for good measure, so you don't miss out the next big story. One of the notable mentions in the Congress hearing was the F-18 pilot encounter we talked about earlier in this video. The event took place in early 2023, and sparked great public interest. According to the story, on February 21, 2023, an F-18 aircraft pilot encountered a very large, frightening UAP. Although the source of this story wasn't disclosed for confidentiality reasons, it is said that the person who gave us this information said it was not a UAP you would like to encounter. While all this may sound like fables or cooked-up nonsense, wait till you hear the terrifying things these witnesses at the Congress said. You see, one reason why talks about aliens have always been dismissed by the higher-ups is because of the anonymity that follows alien encounters. Most folks who have seen unexplainable stuff are too scared or too ashamed to speak up for fear of being called crazy or being targeted by those who may want to exploit them. And so, in the end, they choose to stay silent or tell their story without showing a face. Sadly, such stories get swept under the rug. This is one of the reasons why the US Congress decided it was high time reputable individuals who weren't afraid to say what they knew stepped up to clear the air once and for all. Just so you know, these men weren't just regular citizens but civil servants. In fact, all three men were once senior officers in the force, serving the government. Ryan Graves is a former Navy pilot, David Grush is a former intelligence officer, and David Fraver is a retired Navy commander. These men all had their own stories to tell, and believe me when I say they were all mind-blowing. One witness whose claims shocked the entire Congress the most was David Grush. As a senior intelligence officer, David Grush was in active service for 14 years in the Air Force. He also achieved the rank of a Level 15 officer at the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency. During his years of active service, Grush received substantial information about how the US government has been involved in alien-related operations hidden from the knowledge of Congress or the public. Grush alleged that the US government had learned about the existence of non-human races on Earth decades ago, as far back as the 1930s. But this knowledge was kept from the public. The government also went ahead to set up secret facilities and military bases where the debris from alien crash sites was transported for top-secret research. Now, let's take a minute to digest all these. Grush was implying here that not only were aliens real, but that they had been crash landing on our planet. And more so, the government, being aware of their presence, had set up tactical facilities and agencies to first of all retrieve the alien corpses and crash remains, and then take them to secret labs for research. Now, isn't that shocking? But hey, that's not all. Grush further explained that he has had one-on-one talks with several individuals with long-standing track records of service to the US government regarding the issue of aliens. Some of his confidants have shared compelling evidence in the form of photographs, videos, and documents. All of these convince him that aliens were real, but also revealed an age-long conspiracy and multi-billion-dollar operation that had been going on for ages. Grush alleged that the government has for many decades been secretly retrieving alien samples and specimens from crash sites. He further affirmed that the government has alien aircraft in its possession, as well as biological specimens or remains of dead alien pilots. Now, we don't know if they look like little green men or if they have on masks like Darth Vader. But if what Grush says is true, then the government has a lot to answer for. Or do they? You see, as much as all of this is tantalizing, there are still those who will call it false. And they could be correct, right, wrong. For one, David Grush was a man who had spent decades building a career. Why would such a man wish to risk it all by telling a lie against the very government he served? Then again, this man disclosed right there that he had come under heavy resistance for his role as a whistleblower. In fact, he cited how his life had been threatened severely due to him speaking up about what he learned. David Grush's revelation shocked Congress, and from the subtle way he carefully answered the questions thrown at him while dodging a few others, it was easy to tell that this man knew a lot more than he was willing to say in public. Grush was very careful to answer sensitive questions. More than once, he agreed to give further information on certain issues if given the opportunity to speak in a closed-door setting where confidentiality was guaranteed. But here's where it gets really interesting. Grush claimed to know the names of the agencies, organizations, and persons involved in the recovery of these alien remains. He also claimed to have certain other specific details that could assist the Congress in finding the actual facility where this alien experimentation is done. All these sound just too good to be true, right? But then, if you consider some past rumors and leaked anonymous allegations, you'd see that this man's confession may not be so far from the truth. For instance, there have been talks about Area 51 being a secret alien base. A few whistleblowers have claimed this black site is home to aliens, others say it's where the secret alien experimentation takes place. It's all still a big mystery, perhaps one we'll look into another time. But still, the fact that not one, not two, but several persons have been saying the same thing seems to suggest that there's a truth in these rumors, allegations. The general idea surrounding UFOs is that these are alien ships. However, there is still no substantial proof that UFOs, the flying saucers we've seen and heard of for decades, are manned vessels. No one has actually seen an alien pilot or small tiny green men inside the cockpits of UFOs. Neither has anyone seen an alien pilot fall out of an unidentified flying object. However, many witnesses have proven that these objects are highly sophisticated beyond our present technological capabilities. Imagine a flying object that can travel at the speed of light or shapeshift like Raven from the X-Men. The truth is, there may actually be beings inside these UFOs, but the high sophistication of these vessels makes it near impossible to know where exactly in the spacecraft they are located. In any case, thanks to David Grush, it has been confirmed that UFOs are actually alien vessels and do contain something or someone alien. Since Grush explained that the government has been recovering alien DNA from UFO crash sites, it means that the perception of these objects was correct after all. And most likely, the age-long conspiracy theories and myths may be true. If UFOs are alien ships, then aliens are already here. But then again, the fact that these things are alien vessels just makes them all the more threatening. Why are they here? What do they want? And for how long have they been roaming our skies and our planet? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. That's all for this video. Join us next time for another interesting episode. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss another sweet episode. Bye for now.